Hey guys, doing another weekly outlook. So today is Sunday, the 18th of September. So few really nice moves last week. So first things I want to cover before I jump into the actual charts itself is just for the news. There's a few things I want you guys to be aware of. Okay. On Monday we do have some JPY inflation rate releasing during the Asian session, so be aware of that. On Tuesday we have CAD inflation rate releasing at the New York Urban. Wednesday, we have Fed interest rate decision, FOMC economic projections, and Fed press conference along. That's all during the New York session. And then later on during the Asian session, we do have JPY interest rates. So just keep in mind, all of that will likely bring some, if not a lot, of volatility or manipulation to those pairs. Thursday, we have GBP interest rate as well. And then on Friday, nothing really crazy through all of this. We do have a Fed Chair Powell speech. However, it's very late in the day, so being that late in the day on a Friday, close to market close, it really shouldn't matter too much, as you really should be placing trades that late in the day anyways, right? So kind of there's something every day you need to be aware of, but yeah, just be aware of these particular ones that I pointed out, okay? So before I cover the pairs, a few things I want to cover. A lot of you guys follow the trade setups that I share within the mentorship program for the mentorship students. So over the last few weeks, we've had some amazing trades, as we always do. Right now, we're about halfway through the month. And just last week, these are two trades that we've taken over the last 2 weeks within the mentorship program. So last week, we have a sell here. We currently are running about 225 pips in profit for 1 to 5.5, 5.6. And then 2 weeks ago, we did a 1 to 11 hedge. This is technically the hedge. We have a buy position running on this. We secured 9% or between 9 and 10%. We have a little bit left running because, again, like this could always break higher, right? So we are in a position to hedge and take a buy position, a potential buy position if we see price action, and that position would carry zero risk, because even if we were to take a buy position and it was to lose, then the open profit here would cover that, and then this profit here would continue to go lower in that example, right? So that's just two trades there. Last week as well, we also took another trade on GBP/JPY. This actually ended up doing a 1 to 9.5. However, with the whole news release that came out, we had a big news release last week. It caused a lot of manipulation within the market. That's actually wicked us out at break even. So it was just a closed out at entry, no loss, no gain on that. And then after the manipulation, it just fell without really giving another entry, which is very, very annoying. But again, that happens in trading. So, I mean, guys, like just between these two trades, again, like even on CAD JPY, that's easily 15% in 2.5 weeks. Like, it's not hard to do 20, 30, 40% months. It really isn't, assuming 1% risk. I'm very strict on my risk management. I don't encourage entering multiple positions, like multiple lots on one entry. You take one entry per setup. All right, that's it. You don't, like, I do not encourage it. I don't do it. I think any traders on Instagram or whoever else, where you see them stacking entries, it's fucking wrong. It's not risk management. It's not how you should trade, okay? That's just my opinion, of course. I'm not perfect, but in my years of trading, I've come to realize that people who do that, they don't last very long, and they're probably lying to you about something, because stacking entries is not the way to go. The only way to have consistency within the market for a long period of time is to have very strict risk management, and stacking entries just doesn't do that. You won't see that from me, at least, or my students. So again, I know some of you guys always ask me, like, how do you do 20, 30, 40% months? Guys, it's not hard. You really only need a handful of positions. Like I said here, just between these two positions, that's an easy 15%. If GJ hadn't wicked us out, that's another 10%. So just between those three positions, that's 25%. Obviously, we have other trades running. I'm still holding GU. I have partials running on this. This has reached 700 pips for 1 to 19 or 1 to 20. I only have a little bit running on that, but still, like, that adds up to a lot of profit. With that's easily 13, 14% profit overall based on what we secured up in here and then what we have running. So it adds up significantly, and that's just from last month. So that doesn't even include trades we've taken on other pairs. So again, guys, these are the trades that I've covered in the public Discord here. This is last month. Just between these, that's a 1 to 18, that's a 1 to 15 or 16, that's a 1 to 10, and that's 30% right there. 4 trades, 1 pair in a month. Like, again, guys, like, change your perspective. You don't need a lot of positions. Patience and risk management is really all you need. So let's break down some pairs, okay? As you guys know, I don't cover CAD JPY in the public Discord anymore. That's the pair that I'm now We did a vert 2 weeks ago in the mentorship program where I'm now covering that in place of Euro USD, which is good because Euro USD is a popular pair that most traders will trade. So I'll cover that here. Okay, Euro JPY. All right, I personally think this is going to go lower, but I'm looking for buys right now. Okay, just again, I can have a an internal preference or outlook on where this is going, but I will always trade what I see, and based on what I'm currently seeing, and based on my trading plan and my rules within my strategy that I've developed, I am looking for buys. Now, looking for buys and taking buys don't always mean the same thing. You could be looking for buys but never take a position because it doesn't get the price action, and therefore it ends up breaking lower and you've avoided a loss, right? So you have to understand what to look for. But here I am currently looking for buys. What I would like to see here, okay, coming to this week is price come down like this on the 1 hour or the 2 hour, print some nice bullish price action, and we can look for a buy up into here. Now we need to break 143 sort of 500 region here, because what could always happen is we can get a buy from here, price pushes up and then reverses, right? And then we can take a sell hedge maybe. Otherwise, price will push it back up into here, and then we can look for either sells or see if it will break higher. If price does push down in here but doesn't give the bullish price action that we want, then that means price will likely do this. And then we can look for sells coming into this week later on the week, okay? USD Swiss, I'm currently looking for possible buys on this. It is between zones there, so what I want to see is price pull back down into 0.96 200 region like this, and then like again, preferably on the 1 hour, the 2 hour, something like this would be beautiful price action for a move higher. Okay, keep in mind like this pair is kind of all over the place, right? It's not really trending that nicely. So we could get a buy up into here and then it could reverse from this level. So you could see a nice little, for example, let me go back down here, right? You can get a buy from here. That's a nice little like 1 to 3, or maybe even comes back up into 0.975. And then from there, you can either get a hedge from this level and then a hedge from this level, and then take a sell with the buy running, secure a profit, and that way you're in a risk-free position. Of course, you want to wait for, you don't just take a hedge, you wait for clear price action. But yeah, so just be aware of that. I would definitely suggest you guys, wait for price to pull down to here and then wait for clear price action. Mentorship students who are also in this channel, you guys know what to look for, okay? Euro USD. I'm actually looking for sells from this level here. All right, this 1,000 level. This is a key level for this pair. I'm looking for this setup. I want this here. This is all I want. And you could get a nice sell from this, which also, again, lines up with USD Swiss because they are negatively correlated. So if EU gives this setup, then most likely USD Swiss will do something similar to this because they generally move in opposites. I don't think it's as much right now as it used to be, but they, again, let's have a look here. Let's go back to correlation. So Euro USD. I don't think it's even on here. I generally do my correlation based off the 4 hours. Maybe it's there. No, let me go back to USD Swiss. Negative 80%. I mean that's it's not great, but it's still fairly high. So again, guys, keep that in mind. Correlation is very useful. I don't rely on correlation, but I also I use it to my advantage where I see where I see fit. So keep in mind that on EU as well. Okay, looking for sells here. Obviously, if price doesn't come up and give this price action, then I suggest looking for the possible setup for a break higher. Okay, Euro AUD. Let's go to the 4 hour here. So assuming this doesn't break lower, last week I was looking for sells from here. Obviously, it never played out. I was also looking for sells from here, but I mean, just by looking at the price action, there's nothing here to indicate a sell position. It just blew through, and that's fine. Like I said earlier, looking for sells and taking sells are two different things. Okay. Currently, I'm looking for buys. So I want to see price come down here, go to the 2 hour. I want to see price come down here, print some nice bullish price action off of this 1.488 region, and then look for buys from this level. Otherwise, if this is a fake out into 1.495 and price actually reverses from this level, I would want to see something sort of like this for a move lower. Okay, so very, very clean setups to wait for here. This could be something for you guys to monitor for at market open today. But yeah, we'll see how this plays out. But this is definitely something to look for as we move into this week. And then the last pair, let's have a look here. Last pair, AUD USD. So I actually think this is going to go to lower, if I'm being honest. However, price action right now indicates a move higher, a possible move higher. So based on what I'm seeing here, what I would want to see is I'd want to see price come back down, retest 0.67 thousand region here, give some nice patterns, bullish price action, and then we can look for a buy up into here. Okay, again, be kind of patient here because this correlated pairs do indicate a move lower. I am overall pretty bullish on the dollar, and I'm very, very bearish on this pair. That doesn't always mean, again, this is how I always catch the tops and bottoms. A lot of people always ask me, how do you catch, entries like this on GJ? Look where we're at. I caught the very top of this, right? Or even on CAD JPY, look at where we're at. I caught the very top of this, and it's because I don't trade with a bias. I always just trade off of what I see. However, I do, like I said earlier, I do use correlation where it applies. So just be aware of this sort of setup. I'd want to see a lot of price action here. Otherwise, what will likely happen is that this is a fake out, and then we'll see maybe something sort of like this play out. Okay, something like that. So just try and be patient on this pair. Wait for clear price action. Use the dollar as well. The dollar's in DXY. Use that to your advantage. And yeah, maybe we can get a nice buy or even a sell off of AUD USD this week. All right. So also, guys, I did put out a video earlier in the week covering last week covering risk reward. So make sure it's just an education video. I had a lot of questions on that. I see a lot of traders don't do it right, and I wanted to make sure that was out there. It's again it's just easy free content, guys, and I know how hard the trading journey is. I know how much bullshit and bad people are out there that teach just nonsense. So I struggled for years and years and years. So if I can just make someone's trading journey a little bit easier and help them along the way, then that's fine with me. That's all I want. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. We're in for another big week. Right now we're up, deep in profit in the mentorship program. I did enrollment did close on Friday. Okay, a few people asked me about that. When's it reopening? I don't know. I open it based on my students' progress. I only let a few new students come in at a time, so that I can help them get to a level of proficiency in their trading, so that they can begin to make some money. So, and be consistent, of course. So once I see that my students have, it might be a few weeks, it might be a month, it might be 2 months, I don't know. Okay, last time it was closed for about 7 weeks. So we'll see. But I will put an announcement, and I'll announce it in a video in the public Discord as to when I reopen it. So have a great week, guys, and I will update with you guys throughout the week, and I'll have another midweek update posted for you guys on Wednesday.